and I'm quitting alcohol. So yesterday I forgot about Mother's Day. I got too caught up in shitting on my wife's uncle and completely forgot about the most important people in the world, mothers. So happy Mother's Day for yesterday to all the ladies out there. I actually had to block my mum. I had to block my mum about 4 days ago. I had to block her from everything. Fucking WhatsApp, messaging, fucking Facebook. She's been blocked on Facebook for quite some time now. I don't think she knows what Instagram is, but if I ever see her head popping around there, blocked. Anything I can fucking block her from, she'll be blocked from. I just can't fucking deal with it anymore. She gets fucking drunk, and obviously she's just getting drunk by herself because no one else is around, because that's what happens when you're an alcoholic for 40 fucking years. So when she gets drunk, she just starts sending me these messages and they just get under my skin. No one can get under my skin quicker and harder than mum. No one. No one even comes close. And usually I'll get dragged into like a hateful back and forth and I just can't do it anymore. I don't have the energy and I just don't care enough anymore to get dragged into some spiteful, vile shit. Don't be an alcoholic parent. It is not good for anyone. Yeah, you might be fun occasionally, but it will spiral out of control and you'll be left alone babbling incoherent shit to a wall. Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful ladies out there. I hope you had a good one. So we are now in full lockdown in India, not allowed to leave your house. I thought we were in full lockdown already, but apparently we were just in restrictions. Now we're in full lockdown, and if you leave the house, cops are beating the fuck out of people. They don't ask questions here either. It's just straight to the beating. They just get out their fucking wooden bats and just start beating you. It's exciting. I wouldn't mind seeing what's going on. It would be good content. Boyle gets bashed in India. I would even half contemplate going out there if I had someone to hold the camera for me. I can't get my wife to hold the camera as I'm taking a fucking beating. Are you getting this, babe? Hold it steady. So I'm not too sure when I'm going to be able to go out and drive again. I think what's going to happen is the first couple of days of the lockdown, they go hardcore. If you're out on the street, they just beat the fuck out of you. One of my wife's aunties saw it yesterday. They were just taking swings at scooters going past. I would love to be a cop doing that. Just have a wooden bat, no repercussions. You're not going to get in trouble. I mean, it might be a little bit of a moral tussle, but I could get past it the first time I hit someone on the scooter. The first time I nail someone riding past on a scooter, I'll be like, I accept the moral implications for what I'm doing because this is just too much fucking fun. Me and the other cops would start fucking making up games, how many people you could fucking hit off the bike, start gambling. If you can knock someone off the bike in one hit, that's 10 points. If it takes 3 hits, that's 5 points. If it takes 5 swings and a chokehold, that's 2 points. If it takes a spear tackle, that's 1 point. I could get into that. But yeah, I think it's going to be hardcore for the first few days and then it will relax a little bit. I mean, Indians are the absolute fucking kings of pretending they're going to do what you tell them to do. They'll go along with it until you're not paying attention. Once you stop paying attention, they're just going to do their own thing again. That's how it's going to be in about 4 days. Anyway, it is Monday and it is Ask Boyle time. I've been getting some really good Ask Boyles sent in lately and a few hypotheticals too. I might bring back a couple of hypotheticals here and there, but the Ask Boyles have been top notch lately. If you would like to send in a question to the wise one, just hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, or just email me on boylecomedy@gmail.com. Alright, the Ask Boyle this week was sent in by Beth from Pennsylvania. Beth is 9 months sober. She credits God and this podcast for giving her the strength to make 9 months. Congratulations, Beth. Alright, so this was Beth's question this week. How would you have handled the pandemic? How would you have handled the pandemic? Great question, Beth. The first thing I would have done was start a war with China. I would have immediately started bombing China. You've got to cut pandemics off at the source. And the war would have distracted everyone. No one would have cared about COVID-19 if there's millions of people dying in a full-scale bloody war. No, that wouldn't have been my first move. That would have been like my third or fourth move. What would I have done? Because I have talked a lot of shit about this pandemic. Like I know best. I don't know if there's a person in the world that's talked more smack and taken this pandemic more lightly than me. Even though I'm in India surrounded by death and it's in my face, I'm still talking shit about it. So now I've seen what you would consider the best and the worst responses to COVID-19. The Australian response, which was lock everything fucking down, make the country a bubble, no one in or out, one case pops up, we shut everything down, and they pretty much eradicated COVID. Australia's open, but I don't know where they go to from here. I don't know how you start opening Australia back up to the rest of the world without COVID-19 fucking exploding again. I just don't know how you do it without the 2-week quarantining for everyone, which means no one will want to fucking come. If you've got to quarantine 2 weeks to get into Australia, who the fuck would come? Unless you're going to stay for like a year or whatever. But there wouldn't be any like month visitors and shit like that, especially if you have to quarantine on the way back. So I don't know how they're going to open it back up. But I also don't like the way Australia's pretty much taken away everyone's rights. Your right to freedom of movement, which isn't even a right in Australia. It was never in the Constitution, which is a concern. That's a little bit of a concern. I didn't like how they shut down state borders. I don't like how no one can leave the country. I don't like how they made it illegal for Australian citizens to come back into the country. That's all a big fucking concern to me. On the other side of the coin, we've got India. India's approach was, who gives a fuck? Leave it open. We're fucking Indians. We've had bigger problems than COVID-19. And that has been a complete fucking disaster because you've got a country of 1.4 billion people with the infrastructure to support maybe a country of 50 million people. So that was never going to work out very well. When this is all said and done in India, I don't know how many people are going to have died that didn't need to die. India's a concern. India's a real fucking problem. But what would I have done? I certainly wouldn't have shut down small businesses and done all those fucking crazy lockdowns. I mean, there's plenty of fucking examples around the world, like Florida, for instance, who basically said, fuck it, leave it open, and nothing happened. Yeah, a bunch of people got COVID, but nothing was overrun. In Sydney, Australia, they basically had no fucking lockdowns, really. They had like a month. Shut up, Sydney. I was in Sydney before I left and they were complaining about the fucking lockdown. Shut up. You didn't go through anything, Sydney. I liked what they did. They didn't even enforce masks. So Sydney was pretty much open the whole time. So was Perth in Australia. Melbourne got locked down hard, which I fucking hated. Look, I would have asked my mate Dino what I should do. I would have listened to the expert. And considering he's my financial advisor and my gambling guru, I think he would have just said, just leave it open and see what happens. I think you can afford to do that in smaller countries. I think you might be asking the wrong person on this one because I would not have had a level-headed response. I would have just left everything open, turned my phone off, logged out of Instagram, logged out of Facebook, fucking gone off social media. I would have flown to Fiji or fucking Epstein's Island or something like that and just let it play out. That's honestly what I would have done. I would have said, look, there's nothing we can really do about this. We're not going to quarantine for fucking a decade. Look, it's going to get you at some point. Let's just let it play out as quick as possible. And then the other thing I would have done was ban all fucking news coverage of it. Like a full fucking tyrant. I don't want to hear anything on the news. I would have just shut down the whole entire media. I think the media has been like 98% of the problem. So I would have left everything open and I would have just shut down the media. That's it. That's all I would have done. And that's why I'm podcasting and not running countries. You see, I'm better at trash talking shit than being part of the solution. I like to stand on the outside and observe and criticize. That is my function in society, and that brings to an end another week of Ask Boyle. That'll be it for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.